When a gene is expressed in the phenotype in a homozygous or heterozygous form, that gene is said to be A. Segregating, B. Recessive, C. Dominant, D. Desirable. So this is under genetics. So be it plant or animal genetics, is basically the same principles that apply in this aspect of gene expression. So we're asked when a gene is expressed in the phenotype. Okay, phenotype refers to the physical appearance of an organism. Okay, so when a gene is expressed in the phenotype in a homozygous or heterozygous form, that gene is said to be. So in other words, if you have to rephrase this question, you are being asked what do you call a gene that expresses itself, always expresses itself in the presence of other genes? Okay, now option A says segregating. So segregating genes basically refers to all genes, as all genes segregate or split during cell division. Okay, so it has nothing to do with expression, so it is not the answer to this question. Now option B says recessive genes. Now recessive genes are genes that do not express themselves, okay, genes that are not expressed in the presence of another gene. So another thing to note about recessive gene is that it is only expressed in homozygous form. That is when the pair genes occur in pairs. So a gene that only expresses itself when it is in the same when it is paired with a gene that is similar to itself, okay, or the same with itself, is called a recessive gene. So option C says dominant. Now a dominant gene is the opposite of recessive gene, and it's a gene that expresses itself in the presence of another gene. So be it a gene that is the same as itself, that is, be it in homozygous form, or in the presence of a different gene, that is heterozygous form, it always expresses itself. And then lastly, you have desirable gene, and basically desirable gene is just any form of gene or any gene that you would want to obtain, okay, that you want to obtain as a result of reproduction. So as we have rightly expressed here, we described the dominant gene as the gene which expresses itself in the presence of another gene, be it the same gene as itself, that is, be it in homozygous form, or be it in the presence of a different gene, that is, in heterozygous form. So as we have rightly established, option C, a dominant gene, is the correct answer to this question. Thank you, and please subscribe to this channel for more videos and for more past questions and answers.